Hello and welcome to the report on the crashing price of rares for Monday, July 22nd. But before we get into the information, I'd like to make a reply. Lukeman says he liked the video and subscribed. Right on, thanks, that's awesome. And the more people who learn is the better. He says he'd like to do this, but he only has 10 mil in his bank account. And 10 mil is a great start. Even 1 mil is a great start. What we're teaching here is that if you put your money to work for you while you're working for more money, now you've got both ways of making money working for you, and you're going to get onto the fast track a lot faster. So it doesn't matter how much money you're starting off with merchanting. If you have some money, put that money to work for you while you're building your bank through skilling. So thank you, Lukeman. That is an awesome question, and I'm really delighted to have it. And second, I got a report or a comment underneath this video that I'd like to reply to as well. Plows W wants to start his own chart. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about how I'm making these charts. Back to the rares report, where we'll start off with the edibles, go through the party hats, and then we'll finish up with the lowers, and finally with Santa Hat, where we look at the prices and what they might be doing in the next couple days. Here we have the Easter egg. Prices went up in the last 24 hours, right to the top of this range, still creating a big triangle here and not giving us any indicator over this long monthly chart price. Pumpkin prices slid off for a second day in a row, coming down to these low prices here, but still within the range of what it's been doing in the recent times. Disc of Returning made some variation, but you can see it just tightened into this channel that it made yesterday and hasn't broken higher or lower. This little spike here and what we're going to see in the next charts gives me a feeling this is going to go down from here. Half Jug of Wine enjoyed a brief little surge up to higher prices and then really took a big dip down to 13 million here the last day. And that brings the wine prices right down near this monthly low that we reached at the beginning of June. Moving on to party hats, we can see the purple party hat dropped on Sunday, it dropped again on Monday, and prices have rebounded slightly through the day in the last 24 hours of trading, and now prices are really getting down to the where we made the big swing of prices, not just this recent line of support where prices have crashed through. So the momentum really still is downward in this. I don't know if it'll bounce up or not from here. That could possibly do that. Yellow continued to slide off since Sunday and through Monday, and now on Monday morning rather, it is bouncing back up a little bit. Green party hat made much the same price pattern, a very sharp spike in prices here through the day. This is a big swing from 1820 down to 1740 and then back up again. So there's a lot of money changing hands, and prices are really coming, as you can see, down to this level again, another chart that is hitting the same kind of important level. Red party hat also softer prices for the day and broke down below these prices as we've seen, and it's also making a variable swing, but it's not down as far in range wise as the others are in comparison. White party hat was reduced in price, reduced again in price over the last 24 hours, and we can see that it has gone below these price levels that we hit in early June. Blue party hat prices were also reset downward for the third time in the last week, or maybe a week and a half. And for me, this is where things really get interesting. Green HWeen Mask dropped past this important level. It broke down out of this triangle formation to the lower side. And now we're seeing some, I would say, a bit of a downtrend type of action here, where there was a bit of an uptrend feeling over this last little channel here, and now it's broken that and seems to be on its way down. And this is a day behind when the rares broke through a similar, the party hats broke below a similar pattern. Same thing with blue HWeen, really sharply dropped below this price point as we were watching. Definitely calling for lower prices out of this, but wasn't expecting quite as sharp a drop as that. But usually out of these kind of chart patterns, big movements happen, which is why it's so interesting to watch at these times. Red HWeen dropped very sharply too. Now as these drop to these monthly levels, we're still looking at potential for new bottom formations. The only thing here is with this Santa hat is confusing. This is still a buy signal formation. It is not yet broken down out of this. This is still a buy signal formation. If it goes higher than these prices, it's a buy yet again. So even though the other ones are going down, this still looks like a buy. But because the other ones are going down, I'm not in Santa hats right now. I've sold out of mine. And at the beginning of this video, I promised that I would show a bit about how I'm making these price charts. So let's drag this camera thing down, and you can see in Google Docs, I have created a spreadsheet, and in the spreadsheet, I've created different tabs that pulls in the data that I'm working with. So if I slide over a bit here so that we can see the Santa hat data, we can see that I go in and at 3 a.m., 8, 13, 17, 21, 3, 8, 13, 17, 21, I go in and I fill in the prices that I'm finding on the forum on the Runescape site. So as we can see here, the work of Next to You and others who are doing the price checking and then coming and putting it onto the forum, I come in here and I enter this data into my charts, into my spreadsheets, one at a time, and I go and I scan through and I find the time where it fits closest to my charts and I enter the data. This is for a different usage here. I don't actually use this column. All I do is put this stuff in here, and then I go to a different tab and I change. So go to the lowers charts. We're on Santa, so we'll go back up in here, and I go in and I change the start and end columns or periods. So this gives me a 1 day, and I do the same thing for here with advanced edit, and I change the date here so that I get the weekly charts updating in great detail what's going on throughout the day, so you can really get a really great idea and what's happening with the charts that you really cannot see on the Grand Exchange central charts. So if I go into the monthly charts and I go into the advanced edit and take a look at this, you really can't see this fine of detail of variation, especially when you're zooming in on a daily type of trading for this kind of market. You can't see it at all when you're looking at the Grand Exchange central charts, and that's an update of only once a day. And there we have it for the Rares report for July 22nd. Very important time in the markets as the Rares have broken down through very powerful technical analysis formations and on their way down. I enjoy the comments. Thanks. Keep those coming, guys. And hopefully I see some charts by my new friend on YouTube whose name I can't pronounce. That's it for now. Link Builder out.